Whoops! Good evening. Welcome to DWIT 3D on this Sunday evening. And hello and welcome everybody. Welcome all 8 people that are here so far. I looked over and I said, oh man, it's 5 o'clock already. Time flew by really quick as I was getting things prepared for tonight. So glad to see everybody here. I see Richard McLean was first in, Nuno Vincent, James L. Richard McLean from Las Vegas, James L. from North Dakota, Nuno Vincent, Jeff Thorson, Andrew Humphrey, Brent Ferguson. Hello, everybody who's here and everybody who is mentioned in chat so far. And welcome. We've had a good kind of productive, busy week here in the studio. Still waiting on the kit for the Tri-Zero. I have told you all that we're going to do a Tri-Zero once the kit's in, and it was supposed to have been mailed last week. I think it's in the mail because I did get some notification of something coming from California. So I think that could be the Tri-Zero kit, so we'll see. I think somebody else has just popped in as well. 3D Medic Vince is here, and Guy the Jedi is here. Hello, just made it in, 3D Medic Vince says. Well, I'm glad you made it, and I'm glad you're here. So one thing we finished last week off camera is on the very end over here, the Trident, the Voron 2.4. Hey, Guy the Jedi. I already said, hey, Guy to hi to Guy the Jedi. The 2.4 is fully enclosed now. As we said we were going to do, it was suggested that I enclose that one, and I did. I'm going to have a roaming camera. So here we are on, this is the 2.4 fully enclosed. It's actually printing some stuff on it right now for the Trident, but we have fully enclosed the 2.4. That's the old top. You can see the marks. That's from the PTFE2 rubbing on the top there, but the back is on there. The only thing I don't have in there is the filter in the back, but otherwise this thing is fully enclosed. Whoops. Fully enclosed, doors open because it's printing PLA right now, but we can close the doors. Everything works just peachy keen on this thing now. So we'll just pop these doors open so we don't overheat it. And I did decide, because I have all the pieces, why not? We're going to fully enclose the Trident as well. I got the doors on the Trident because I printed the door parts and put the new color of the door parts on for the Trident. So we've got the doors printed for the Trident, all aligned and working just perfectly. I am getting a acrylic cover to cover the electronics in here. I just have to get that made and cut. And I think I'm going to go either with a clear or a smoky gray, depending on what my supplier has for acrylic in stock. I don't want them to order a full sheet of smoky gray just for me. If they have some, fine. If not, I'll just get it done with clear acrylic. I think it'll look good. But it definitely has to be enclosed because we want to keep the temperature control in the electronics base separate from the the workspace. So that's what's going on right there. So yeah, so we're going to work a little bit tonight on putting some covers on the sides of the Trident. The Voron over there, the 2.4, is printing some parts for that back cover because they were all the wrong color. And so you can see here it's currently printing the there's a grill that goes on there. There's the exhaust filter cover that it's printing and a couple of little clips for holding that on. So, hey, Tezza, 3D Sebastian, hello, hello. Does anyone have the filter in the back? I don't know. I've never put the filter in the back. I've never had an issue with fumes from ASA or anything like that. So I've never put the filters in. So you cut it yourself, but you'd have to do it in 4 steps each because the laser engraver just fits 40 centimeters. I have a laser right here, but I don't think it would fit. That might fit the cover. This laser, I might be able to cut it myself with a laser back here. I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see. But anyways, I've got to start another print when we go here. I just finished about 5 minutes ago. It's still cracking on the plate because it's peeling. But we just finished. Hey, Stephen Labad. We just finished printing some of the clips that we're going to use. I'm only going to use 4 clips on each side on the Trident because it doesn't. The covers aren't as big. And I found with the way I oriented the clips on the 2.4, it held well. So these should all be almost loose by now. These are just hot off the press, actually. These were just printed on the bamboo. And yeah, these should all just slide off nicely now. I opted to go with, last week we talked about the two different kinds of clips that you could use with screws. The reason I stopped using these clips was because they were hinged with filament at one time. These ones are hinged with 2mm screws. So we had the option of the 2mm screws or the 3mm screws. I like this one with the 2mm screws because they're larger. The clips are larger, and the 2mm screws are smaller and less prone to crack, etc. So I am just going to put this back over here in here because I need to print one more thing on here for the Trident. Actually, I might not do that right now. I'm still having issues with the bamboo because this is a P1P with the P1S covers installed, and the inside, when you're running high temperature ASA with a 100-degree bed and an enclosed enclosure, the stepper motors heat up too much and they make a heck of a god-awful noise when they're finished and they're going down. So I don't want to kill my stepper motors too quickly. So, but I need to put a different fan or a venting fan or something in this. And I think that's been improved with the updated enclosures for these. But for this one, it's an issue with overheating the motors. What I'll probably do is just open the top lid, and I'm not going to worry about getting a cross draft on this and when I print this again. So yeah, so we're going to put some of these together. We're going to fit our side panels and our top panels. Now the back panel, as I say, I'm printing some parts for. Let me go ahead and find the one part so I can start that print now. I'll just pop that top vent cover on it open. So yeah, here we are. So this is what we just printed. It was a handful of these. So I'm going to get rid of those, and I'm going to bring in. Man, that's kind of freaky that did that. I'm going to bring in the exhaust filter housing, I think is what I need. So let's pull this up, pull this on, and we'll drop the housing on here. That's the piece I need to print right now. Okay, and our slicer settings are going to be just fine the way they are right now. So we're just going to slice and print this guy on the bamboo. And what we're printing it in is we're using we are using Polylight ASA dark gray, which is matching the gray that I'm using in the Trident. It's just not sparkle, because I am out of that filament. So, and this looks like it's about a 2-hour print. So we'll get that going, and we will just go ahead and send that and confirm. It thinks I'm printing it to the wrong printer, but it doesn't know me. And let's go ahead and pop chat back up here so I can see everybody. And there we go. Hey, Sergio, hello, hello. So I'm going to close this door, and I'm going to pop the back of that open. Actually, I'll pop the front of it open. There we go. So we get some heat, so we can release some heat from this so it doesn't overheat my steppers, but there's no breeze or anything that's going to interfere with the ASA printing. So, and I'm not worried about the fumes. I don't get many fumes from these filaments. So at least I don't think they affect me. No. So we'll throw a few of these together while we're waiting for this guy to print. The other prints over there are going to be perfectly timed so that when we get some of these together, they should be ready. If anybody wants to ask about what these are, I'll let you know. You probably already know what these are, but they're pretty cool. It's an interesting little project I worked on, or a little item I bought. So I went ahead. I didn't have a lot of M2 screws, so I went ahead and ordered. I've got 100 more coming in because they're cheap. 100 M2 10mm screws. The instructions for this particular clip say to get M210s and M214s. You don't need two different sizes, I found. 10mm is just fine for everything. Hey, Shadell. Hello, sir. So you chat away while we're doing this. I'll glance over at chat and ask some answer questions. We're going to do the overhead camera for this so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. But I've put so many of these things together now that it's pretty simple to do. So I love the fact that it screws because, again, the original ones I did on these covers were use filament for the hinges, and the filament would end up drying up and breaking. So these are pretty simple. I just start by threading in a couple screws here, and they thread in extremely easy, which is exactly what you want them to do. Hey, SPC3D, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So we screw these in like this, okay, and then these basically go, you kind of have to fidget to get these in that hole. And then we screw these in and right through into this hole. Now, I wish that my my power driver had a 1.5 millimeter head, but it doesn't. So we don't overly tighten those. We just sort of sit them in so that they're just sitting there, and that we can still turn this and they're not going to fall out. And then we come to the other side, and these thread in quite easy. These are self-tapping, but they're not overly, they're not super tight. If I pushed hard, I could actually probably push them in, but I don't want to do that. They're just tapping enough so that they're just not going to fall out. So there's those ones there that we have. Okay, so those are screwed in. They're not going to come out. Then we just take 2 more screws. I hope that was on the camera right. I'm not used to using this overhead camera. Had to wait 6 weeks due to back order, but finally got the X1 carbon and some glow in the. Oh, nice, Russ. Awesome. Yeah, those have been back ordered a fair bit apparently, and apparently they're going to start shipping the A1s pretty soon here too. So if they haven't already started shipping them, so then we just put a couple more screws in this one big piece here. Boop. And then make sure we get this oriented properly. I've done a whole bunch of these, so you just want to make sure that they come off the print bed in the right orientation. But I've done so many of these that I kind of get it right every time now. But if you do them yourself, if ever you do them yourself, you'll figure it out. So we screw this little one in here like so. And we come to the other side, and I've already done, we're only doing, I think, 20 for this one. And I've already done 20 or 30. It takes a little bit of time. You get some sore wrists after a while, but I really wish I had a 1.5 millimeter hex key for my power one. So there it is, all screwed together, put together. It's nice, and the other ones I did were a little tighter, running on different printer, but basically that's it. There is your clip made, and it's ready to go. Now I have a little bit of cloudiness going on, as you can kind of see on that piece right in front of my finger there. You can see a little bit of white on there, and that's just from the adhesion I'm using on the bed. And so I just take a torch, so you can see there where the white is, right there. Everybody on this channel knows you just take a torch and you give it a little quick run over with your torch, and the white is gone. And that's just, I'm using, what am I using? I'm using 3D lac on the bed. Not that I need to, but I always, it's a little bit of an insurance policy for me on the bed that everything's going to stick and stay nice and flat. And the 3D lac on ABS and ASA tends to leave that little bit of a white, ghosty look on some of the pieces. So, yeah, like you can see it on this one a little bit. You can just barely see it in the middle there. Just hit it with a torch. And torch also, it's also good for burning any dead skin off your fingers. And then you just hit it with the torch and it's gone. So we'll throw a few of these together. So what I like to do myself is I just separate all these, and I put the 2 little screws in these pieces first. And then I get all the screws put in those pieces. Then I get all the screws put in the other pieces. Then I assemble them all together. So you're going to fall asleep watching me do this, but hey, that's okay. I could put it on quad view, and you could watch that 2.4 printing over there if you like. I mean, let's see. I could put it on this view here. and you can watch that one. I don't have an overhead camera on this one, but I should. Let me switch the overhead camera to this one. And that way you can watch a few things going on here at the same time. Did you get another new computer? Cameras look off again. They look off again? No. I hope they're not. I'm watching. Let me look at the YouTube feed here. Let me look at the YouTube feed and see what I see on my end. YouTube feed looks good to me. I'm running 1080p. And I'm watching the YouTube playback rate here, and it looks pretty good to me. So I don't know what would be going on if something. Sorry about that. And me being Canadian, I have to apologize. But on my live YouTube feed, they look fine to me. Ooh, 1, 2. Yeah, no, they look good. They're not nearly as crappy as they were. No, but we're using the good old computer. The one directly facing me is weird. This one. Okay, so you're saying this camera. Oh, that could be the camera itself, you know. How does this one look? How does this camera should look pretty good. This one should be good and sharp. The one that's directly facing me is probably, it could be out of focus a little bit too, because I've been moving it around back and forth, and it's a fixed focus camera. In other words, I have to go over there and manually focus it. Okay, good. So what I'll do then, I'll go to the quad view, and this one's directly in front of me. I'm going to make that my overhead. So hang on 1 second. So if I go into here, and if I go ahead and add my overhead camera to this, where are you here? This one. Okay, if I do that, and now we're going to shrink this down to right there. There we go. That way we don't have to look at that annoying camera. Okay, good, apprentice. Good, good, good. Okay, so there. I think we'll do this. That way you guys can, I can assemble these things here. I can look over here and talk to you guys at the same time. You can keep it. You can keep an eye up right over on this corner up here at the print going on the 2.4 Voron, and you can. But oh, and the other news too is I'm going to be. I got this, and I'm going to be doing this. I got to print it. I am going to do an XOL toolhead on the 2.4. Whoop! There it is, right there. So my good buddy at 3D Lab Tech provided me with this toolkit, which is mostly just the hardware for it, but it's everything I need to do the XOL toolhead kit. I've downloaded the parts. I just have to get some more of the proper color filament, and I'm going to be putting the XOL toolhead on the 2.4. So there we go. We got that going. And at the same time I do that, I will probably go ahead and update the 2.4 to the Ramis front idlers again, courtesy of my buddy at 3D Lab Tech. So there we go. Okay. So we have our torch. We have our really cool color swatches from Bamboo. I'll talk about them later. And then we have our thing. So we're going to do a little bit of screwing here, live screwing. Little bit of screwing around. I know that just sounds terrible, but it might get me more views. Haha. So what's everybody up to? Everybody had a good week? We had another crappy, massive snowfall last week, and it's all gone again. And typical spring here in Alberta is that we get spring snow. Number one, it's that really heavy snow. And I call it widow killer snow because when you shovel it, it is tough to shovel. So we had a lot of snow earlier in the week. Temperatures are now above zero, and it's mostly gone, and it just disappears almost as fast as it appears. So is crewing allowed by YouTube? Well, this kind is, yes. This kind is, because this is I am not declothing to do what I'm doing here. So yes, it just, and I can even make it go, oh, turn it in. Oh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Came right through the other side. So I think we're okay, Voron Noob. I think we're good. I got to tell you though, in the printing I've done, speaking of Voron and speaking of stuff, in the printing I've done on these machines so far, If you have a bed that's 250, 200, 300, get a beacon probe. Oh my goodness. The beacon probe on these printers, unfortunately or fortunately, I haven't had a chance yet to get on the rat rig and do any printing on it yet. I'm waiting on a go ahead from a customer for a job I'm supposed to do, but get a probe, get a beacon probe for these things. I know everybody has their own preferences. Some people like the tap, some people like the there's the tap, and then there's the clicky. Some people have other, different types of probes they like to do. Some people are old school and still like to use the BL Touch, but I find that these beacon probes are extremely accurate and mostly extremely fast. So stupid fast. So I appreciate you all tuning in with me tonight and keeping me company, watching while we do this work. If you have any questions, talk to me. Whoops. I'm going to be hopefully later in the spring, early summer, doing a series coming up on practical 3D prints that I've been doing. I'm going to be sharing the spreadsheet I use that I created for pricing my 3D prints, because we do get a fair bit of quote requests for 3D printing now, and at my full-time gig. And so I came up and developed a spreadsheet. I love spreadsheets. I'm a spreadsheet geek, and I have a lot to learn on spreadsheets yet. But 10-second full bed mesh, yes, big time. I don't have mine going quite that fast, Teza, but yes. Almost finishing designing your Eva Tap mod. It will include the beacon probe as well. Oh, cool. But yeah, so I've developed a spreadsheet for pricing 3D printing. Now it's a work in progress still. I don't have it handy here. It's at my office computer, but I do want to let everybody have a look at it, possibly make it available. We'll see. That may be a membership perk or something like that. But I'm going to be developing a spreadsheet, and it's going to be based on the type of filament you're using. So it's going to allow you to enter multiple parts or pieces for your job that you're quoting or job that you're printing. You're going to have drop-down menus that you're going to be able to select your filament, select your select your filament, whether you need support filament, blah blah blah. Drop-down menus that's going to select your percentage of infill, et cetera, and basically you basically fill in a lot of information, not a lot, but a fair bit of information, and it gives you your pricing. You can adjust what you want to charge for your filament, because there's going to be a place there where you put what you pay, how much you want to charge per gram. It's going to have a spot where you can put how much do you want to charge per minute of printing. And because that seems to be, I get a lot of questions about how do you price 3D printing, because, to print one of these clips, for instance, just off the top of my head, I probably would sell these, if somebody asked me to print these, I'd probably sell these for $2 or $3 a piece. And people are going to say, well, there's only 5 cents worth of filament in that. Yes, there is only 5 cents worth of filament in that, but there is a lot of time, a lot of knowledge, a lot of education. Too many people undersell themselves for their knowledge and their education and the fact that they can produce a quality product. So anyways, that's one thing that's coming up that I'm working on, is going to be a basically a look at my pricing and how I sell 3D printing, how I price what I sell, and jobs that I have sold. I've got some samples, I've got some real life situations, and real life money making prints that I've made. So crap, freaking ad cut you out while explaining the pricing. Oh, an ad cut me out. Oh. Well, I wasn't explaining the pricing for on Noob, and I'm sorry about these ads. I've got to get into YouTube and see what's going on. Mention how much you would sell for. Okay, well, and I apologize for the ads. I do have monetization turned on my live streams, which is probably why it's running the ads, but I know I turned off a thing where it said, let me choose when to run the ads, and I just don't choose to run an ad. But YouTube seems to be overriding that, and I apologize. So, hey, Jack Faxon. So just for those of you that missed it, as I say, for a piece like this, I would probably charge for one of these hinges, I would probably charge around $3. Okay. Even though there's only about 50 cents or 5 cents or 10 cents worth of filament in that, it's because you need to charge not only for the filament you use, marked up charge for the filament you use, you've got to charge for your time, even though the printer's doing it, because your printer's using electricity. So you need to charge for your time. But most importantly, what people do not charge for is what's up here, okay? You need to charge for your experience. Oh, can I screw these in by hand? Let's just see. And that happens a lot where, oh yeah, I can screw these in by hand. They're reasonable. I have people that send me, more often than you would think, I have people that send me a link to a Thingiverse file. And let's just say it's, whatever, let's just say, okay, they send me a link to a Cali Dragon on Thingiverse. And they say, how much to print this? Well, I'll look at this. I'll go ahead and I'll slice the file, and I'll see how much filament is going to use and how long it's going to take me. I'll plug it into my spreadsheet, and I'll say, okay, this is just top of my head. And I'll say, this is going to cost me, or I will charge you $25 to print this. Okay, that's what I would, that's just a guess. It might be 20, I don't know. And then they'll email back, say, oh, that's way too much. It's only this small, blah, blah, blah. My response is, those are my rates. If feel free to go buy your own printer and learn how to use it and print this for yourself. So don't undersell the knowledge you have. If you're into selling 3D prints, do not undersell your education and your experience and all the time that you've put in to learn, to build, and to get good at what you're doing. So, hey, Zombie Hedgehog, how are you, sir? So you have YouTube Premium, but if ad cuts something out, I used to go back 30 seconds and watch back 2 times speed. Oh, I must sound good at 2 times speed, do I? Like a little chipmunk. So very cool. But yeah. Oh, thanks, Teza. But yeah, I mean, I've been in business, like you guys, most of you know that I have a full-time printing and sign shop downtown Calgary here. And I'm teaching not only my business partner, but our staff, our one staff member. I'm always saying, don't shortcut, don't undersell your years and years of knowledge. I have over 35, 40 years of knowledge in the printing and sign business. That's worth something, okay? So when somebody says, well, how come my poster, how come my decal, how come my sticker costs so much? Well, because I can do it. And then, you always get that, well, I can get that done a lot cheaper, blah, blah, blah. I can go to China and get it done for 1/10 of your price. Good luck. Go ahead. I appreciate that. Go ahead and get it done. And in 6 to 8 weeks, when you get your product, let me know how it worked out for you, especially if there's an issue with it. So the ads are insane. When you skip an ad, it starts the stream over again. Then I have to slide through. Oh, you're kidding. Okay, I'm going to actually, I don't know if I can do it right now. Let me just check, because I don't like you guys being inconvenienced. There's no revenue to be made when this is actually live. So if I go, give me 1 second. If I go back into my studio, bear with me, and I go to my live stream right now. Let's just see where my live, there we are. I go manage, and let's see if I go edit, I'm going to turn monetization off, done, and save. Okay. Let's see if that does anything. I've turned monetization off, and I'll just remember at the end of my stream to turn it on. I don't make a lot of revenue on live streams, let's face it. So, but I'll turn it on after in case somebody watches it later. Let me know if the ads have stopped. Well, I don't know if you'll know. You might not see another ad, but they should have stopped. It's more important for me to have you guys happy than it is for me to make 2 cents in a week on an ad. So, hey, zombie, what's that? I saw, what are those? Oh, is that hedgehogs? My eyes deceive me. So what we're doing, zombie, you joined a bit late, is we're enclosing the Trident. Over there on the top right screen, you can see that's the 2.4 that's printing some pieces for the back panel of the Trident. And we fully enclosed the 2.4. I wasn't going to enclose these two, and I thought, you know what, I've got the panels. Let's just enclose them. Yeah, so it's a cat in a box. Okay, it's just I'm sitting far enough away from my screen, I couldn't really see it. Nuno Vincent back. Now you're back or the ads are back? The ads shouldn't come back now. Okay, we got all the screws in, and look at that. I even have 1, 2, 3. I even have about 8 screws left, but I got another 100 coming in. It's always handy to have extra screws. So now we're just going to assemble these pieces here, and then we'll assemble these pieces here. It doesn't take too long when you get a system going. So, but I've got to burn a few of these parts. But ooh, that could hurt the hand. Oh, that hurt. Okay, I'm just showing off. Oh, look at that. Stephen Labat, $20 for turning off monetization. Oh, thank you so much, Stephen Labat. I appreciate that. And for that, you get Super Chat. Thank you so much. And I even burned myself for you right there. Look at that. How many people would do that? Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get these pieces assembled now. I don't know that I would have made $20, but hey, I appreciate that. Zombie Hedgehog, look at that, $1.49 super sticker. Thank you so much, Zombie. I appreciate that. And you get Super Chat. Thank you, thank you. So we're just going to screw these guys in. So you never get ads, and the creator still gets paid for the ad as if you do. Oh, really? Wow. I don't do this channel for the money. I mean, do I wish I was a Mr. Beast? Yeah, who doesn't? But I enjoy doing this. I like the company. When I first started streaming, it took me way out of my comfort zone. You wouldn't catch me dead doing this years ago. It's really helped me a long way in my personal life as far as speaking to strangers and people and public speaking. So I do this because I enjoy it. I love it. I've met some great people doing this, and it's just all for the love of it. And the creator actually receives more if the viewers have premium. Oh, really? I really ought to look into these more. Zombie Hedgehog wants some soup. I got to start eating soup on stream again, although that kind of, I don't know, went by the wayside. I'm having steak tonight, so no soup for me. No soup for me tonight. Oh, come on. Butterfingers, keep dropping this. I want to get I want to adapt or get a 1.5 millimeter. Oh, I'm not even hitting the hole. That's why it's not going in. There we go. That works better. Richard McLean, $10, following Stephen's lead for turning off monetization. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, you guys. And you get a Super Chat. Thank you so much, Richard. Appreciate that. Wow, I think I'll leave ads off every week now. Yeah, I will. I will. I appreciate the money, and I didn't do it for that, and thank you very much. But I want you guys to have a more pleasant viewing experience. So I will, from now on, leave monetization off, and I'll wait until after my stream, and I'll turn it on for any rewatches, replays. And you want chat? We are getting a lot of chat, Richard. I'm going to have sore wrists by the time this is done, but you should have seen my hands by the time when I finished all these for the 2.4. Oh, it was a lot. I may end up printing more of these depending on how well those covers hold on, but I think I can get away with just in the 4 corners on this one because the covers aren't all that big. And for those that joined a little later, the parts for the Tri-Zero that we're going to build, the parts are apparently on their way to me. So so that's going to be coming in. I guess I don't have to hold those. I could just put them down, and why don't I just do that? Put them down. Why don't I just go like this and barbecue them all at the same time? That way I'm not burning my fingers each time I torch 1 or 2 of them. And then I'll grab my other torch, because my other torch has a thing that I can lock. I got this torch too, and it sort of locks on. So what I do is I turn the gas on and start it just like that. Oops. Here we go. There we go. Oh, that's much easier. Okay, so we'll turn that off. Those pieces are torched. These are panel clips for the enclosure ballistic tech, and the difference, these are special in a sense that if you look in the bottom left screen there, these are, instead of using filament for the hinges, these are using M2 screws for the hinges instead of running filament through, because last time I did these, they were smaller, number one. I like the size of these. The filament, after a month or 2 or 6 months, you'd open one of your hinges and the filament would crack and break off. So somebody told me, I don't remember who, and forgive me if it was one of you guys on here, told me that you can get them with the screws. And so there was ones with M3 screws, and then these ones with M2s. These ones are a little bigger than the ones with M3 screws, and these work great. Okay, let me turn this on, and let's torch these and hope I don't set my bench on fire. No, I think I'm good. There we go. So we can put our torches away for now. If you're from England, you think I just put my flashlights away, but no, those were torches. Or I believe they're actually used for making creme brulee or something like that. HVAC, Sergio, $9.99 super chat. You choose chat. Thank you so much, Sergio. I appreciate that. You get super chat. Thank you, Sergio. You guys are awesome tonight. Thank you. Okay, we're going to keep screwing here. Put these together. And yeah, these are a little tedious, time-consuming, pain in the wrist in a sense to put together, but boy, they're worth it. And the screw-in ones, trust me, it's much easier than the filament ones, because the filament ones, you had to force filament right through the whole side. And it was harder on the hands, etc. These are so nice. And then there we go. Just a matter of getting them lined up. Hey, Kite Crafter. I've been great. I haven't seen you in a while, Kite Crafter. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. $9.99. Are you out of your mind? Joel. Oh, yeah, Joel reference. That's right. I can't copy Joel, though. Joel's a great guy. I can't copy him. I got to come up with my own. Well, that's my super chat thing, right? I don't think anybody else has soup or chat. So I really need to have my soup bowl with my super chat sticker on here. I do actually have super chat stickers. Soup or chat stickers. So you only apply the heat for a fraction of a second. Yes, you do. And if you're holding it in your fingers, a fraction of a second of torch on your thumb can be too long. Trust me. Yeah, but the heat works good. These torches are great for stuff like that, for getting rid of marks. If you sometimes you'll get some isopropyl, you'll be wiping something, you'll get some on it, it'll leave a mark. The torches get rid of all that. The torches are also great for getting rid of stringing, some fine stringing if you get some stringing. I've had some stringing if I have old filament or not dry filament. Sometimes you get some stringing, and the torches are great for that. They are creme brulee. No, they're not called creme brulee torches, but they're torches that they're used for cooking. And you can get them for dirt cheap on Amazon. So, and then you buy a bottle of butane, which I don't even know where I put my butane bottle. It's around somewhere, and it lasts forever. You can probably get a year or two out of one of those little bottles of butane in one of your little torches like these. So that upper left camera is kind of useless, isn't it? This one right here. Is it? No, oh, that's this camera. Oh, okay. That I was going to say that upper left camera is kind of useless. But if I were to do this, and then if I could darken that up a little, let's see. Oh, that's the wrong way. Turn the f-stop that way. Oh, look at that. That way you get a little better look at what I'm doing here, maybe. Okay. I aim to please. And if I can give better camera angles and everything, then hey, it's all good. Even use a Bic lighter if you need to. Yeah, that works too. Whoops. Torches work a little better because you can rapidly move them back and forth. I can't believe I just said that and did that. But anyways, yeah. I aim to please. I do. That must be doing a top layer on the 2.4. It's moving very slow right now. But that should be done in the next little bit here, and we can have a look at the prints coming off of that. It's printing very well. Very well. Yes, I definitely, well, not that I'm going to need it now, but I would love to have a 1.5 millimeter bit for my power screwdriver. The smallest I've got is a 2 millimeter, so go figure. Would have helped if I used the 3 millimeter version of these clips, but I didn't want to use the 3 millimeter version of these clips. Come on, get in the hole. There we go. Andrew, you bet my wife wishes you could aim too. Is that a toilet seat reference? Because there's a whole story behind that. I could get into a conversation about that too, but I won't. Well, guess what, guys? Speaking of my wife and stuff, I'm taking a little trip. I'm going to be missing a. Is it going to be 1 or 2 Sundays? I think it's 1 Sunday I'm missing, maybe 2. But we are going on a vacation. Finally, it's been forever since we've been on a vacation, and we are going on a vacation. Anybody guess where we might be going? Hint being, my wife is super excited to be going where we're going. Mm-hmm. That's a common sign in public bathrooms, as you call them. We aim to please, you aim to please. Not Rocky Mountain. I wish I was going to Rocky Mountain Rip Rap. I hope to go to a Rip Rap festival next year. Not Disney World, not Hawaii, not Toronto. Anybody know where what nationality my wife is by chance? Well, she's Canadian, but she's born somewhere different. Going to visit her dad. Where's her dad? Coming to visit you guys in Texas. I wish. I've been to Texas. I like Texas. I was at Corpus Christi years ago. I remember because the beach was infested with jellyfish. Somebody's got to know. Somebody's got to know, man. Okay, we just got to put these other ones on, and then we can start putting some panels on. Oh, I'm hoping I should have enough M3 screws for these. You live about an hour and a half from Corpus Christi. Oh, cool. That was years ago I visited Corpus Christi. This way. Oh, these ones need a little torching too. I didn't torch these ones. Where's my other torch? Just a little torching. Vincent Voron Noob. Look at you. Richard McLean and Voron Noob. And 3D Medic Vince. Yes. Jamaica. Yeah, it was the Mon that gave it away, wasn't it, when I said Mon? Yeah, come on, guys. You know that. Yes, we are going to Jamaica. The end of the month. You were from Uvalde originally. Where's Uvalde? Where is that? I'm not familiar with that. Oh. Yeah, if you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the seedy. And I saw another one. It's about an hour from you. Oh, okay. Where sheriffs failed to do their jobs. Oh, there's another finished one. We're getting on the home stretch here. The other one I saw in a pool once. It was actually in the pool when I was doing my scuba training with Company Adventures in Scuba. They had a sign in there. Why does this not look right? Hang on a second here. Oh, there it is. That's why. And it said, "We don't swim in your toilet. Please don't pee in our pool." It's famous now because of the school shooting. Oh, okay. Pronounced Uvalde. Okay. Wow. I'm so sad about school shootings. I'm sorry to hear that. Uvalde was especially bad. We don't get a lot of news about school shootings in Canada, as many as the States. Mind you guys have a whole hell of a lot more schools than we do. But what really, and I don't want to get into a political discussion of any kind here, but you know, when you hear about these shootings, when people go in and do a mass shooting, and then they turn the gun on themselves, I'm like, you know what? Just shoot yourself, get it over with, and leave everybody else alone. You know. So coward cops. Okay, that's the one, if I recall reading on the news, that they waited a long time before they went in. Okay. I recall that now, yeah. Yeah. Over an hour, yeah. Now that's, to me, that's unacceptable for sure. I mean, come on. So that's craziness. Yeah, some of them waited so long they never went in. No, that's crazy. They have a chemical in the pools. Yes, I've heard of that. Talk about being pointed out. I never pee in pools. I'm a scuba diver. I was a scuba diver. That's another story in itself, but I was a scuba dive instructor. Dry suit, wet suit, whatever. The funny thing is, in a wetsuit, now there's an old saying. There's a saying that we have in scuba diving, that there's two kinds of scuba divers. Those that pee in their wetsuit and those that lie about it. So now dry suit's another story. My dry suit that I still have, you get blue shorts. like the dye pockets prevent you use bank robberies. Can't get away with it. Exactly. So my dry suit that I have, which I don't know if I'll use it again at all, but it's a whole other story. Health issues with diving. But my dry suit has a P valve in it, and the object of that is that you use a catheter on your boy parts or girl parts, whoever you happen to be, and then you have your hose that's running to the then you got a valve on the leg of your dry suit, and you basically open that valve on shore, and then you let it go when you got to go. I think you can do it underwater too, if I'm not mistaken. But the ironic thing is that, yes, I've peed in a wetsuit before, but I have never, ever, even though I got the P valve in my dry suit, I've never used it because I just cannot pee in a dry suit because I don't trust that it will work. And the last thing you want is a dry suit full of pee. Trust me. Wouldn't be pleasant. I've peed in my wetsuit, Brent. Lots of, yes, oh yeah. I've peed in the wetsuit, but never in a dry suit. Even with the P valve, I couldn't pee in a dry suit. Now, the other thing, on my older dry suit, before I got a P valve in my, it's actually called a DUI dry suit, my first dry suit didn't have a P valve. And so the other thing that divers will tell you, because it's just something you do, is that you can wear an adult diaper in your dry suit. And I've tried that, and I still could not pee in it. So there we go. It's another story when you fart in it. Well, if you fart in your dry suit, you're going to need to adjust your buoyancy a little bit. But yeah. Too funny. Okay, we're almost there. We only got 5 more to go, and then we can start putting panels on. There we go. And I'm hoping 4 is going to be enough for each. I think I got 16 or 12. I'm not sure if I printed enough for the back panels because I didn't have all the back panel parts ready yet. So, how long do you wear it until you put it off again usually? How long do you wear it until you put it off again? Are you speaking a dry suit, 3D Sebastian? How long do you wear it until you put it off? The dry suit. Oh, as long as you want. I've been in a dry suit all day. You go on a dive if you're doing multiple dives. Dry suits, of course, are for cold water diving. Although I've seen some tropical instructors using dry suits because they're climatized. But you use a dry suit for cold water diving, and you know, I've gone days where you just leave it on all day. You just unzip it when you're out of the water and in between dives. So, yeah. But isn't it practical to take it off? Yes and no. It depends on who you are. I mean, I have no problem taking it off. If I'm only waiting an hour or hour and a half between dives, I'll leave it on. If I'm doing a morning dive, then we're going to have a lunch break, a little picnic or barbecue or something, then I'll take it off and then put it back on because you have the undergarments under it, of course. You've got a lot of thermals under your dry suit. So if it's a really, really hot day, yeah, you want to take it off if you've got a good break between dives. And some dry suits are easier to get in and out of than others, right? So it depends. Some have back zippers, some have front zippers. Mine had a kind of a front side is easy zipper to get in and out of, right? So it just all depends on the dry suit. I'm probably going to end up selling my dry suit eventually here. 33 viewers. Thank you so much, everybody watching. Any newbies out there? Anybody new that hasn't chatted up or spoken up in chat? Please do. We get a handful of regulars that chat with the chat here, and I'm sure there's people that watch that have not said anything. So, you run too hot for dry suits, even in colder water. You prefer a short wetsuit. Oh, really? Hey, Stephen Poole. And when I used to tropical dive, I preferred tropical diving in basically nothing, shorts and a t-shirt. I didn't even wear a wetsuit. You just got to be, mindful of the environment around you when you're diving without a wetsuit. I mean, a wetsuit's good to protect you from the environment, but if you're mindful, like I remember one time in the Caribbean, I don't remember where I was. It might have been Cayman Islands. I don't remember. But I was diving in a t-shirt and shorts, and I was taking pictures off of a reef one time, and I inadvertently brushed up against some fire coral. Now, that was an eye-opener. For those that don't know, fire coral, yeah, you're underwater, but fire coral burns something awful. So happened to me once, and then I learned my lesson. You got to be careful, mindful of what's around you, especially when you're taking pictures, because when you're taking pictures, you tend to sort of lose focus on everything around the subject you're taking a picture of. Do you have to pee on it? No, I didn't. No, actually, it burned. It was like a burn. And it was like a red rash when I surfaced and was up there and looked at it. It was like a red rash. Went away after a day. As long as you wear some kind of suit other than birthday. That's for your 100th dive, which I never did do. I spent my 100th dive, I remember. I've got over 400 log dives, but I spent my 100th on the bottom of a two-jack lake in Alberta, being I was participating in a rescue course where I was a victim, and I was lying on the bottom of the lake in about 20 feet of water for about a half an hour waiting to be rescued. So, okay, these are all put together. This is good. I miss my diving experiences, but you know what? Health is more important than diving. I was fortunate to have done all the diving I did. So not like the jellyfish, no. A little different than jellyfish stings. I've never been stung by a jellyfish, so you can wet in a wetsuit, but you can't dry in it. You can't dry in either. Okay, Andrew. Okay, let's find some panels here. One panel. This looks like it's the top panel. Okay, let me just see where my other ones are. I think they are around the corner. Whoop. There they are. And these are my side panels. Now, the one thing I will say, I'm going to just grab some isopropyl and give these things a little bit of a cleaning. The one thing I will say, when you're printing these clips, at least the ones I downloaded, I'm using the foam on these panels. Let me grab my tape measure here, or my thing. So this foam on these panels that I'm using right now is 3mm foam. The other foam that I had on my other one, the thinner foam, you can get a thinner foam that looks like about a 1mm, 1.5mm foam. These particular clips are designed to go on the thinner foam. They still work on this, they just don't close as flat. I don't have any thinner foam for these, and I may change it eventually, but it is a son of a gun to get the foam off of these panels once it's on. You can do it, and if you're extremely careful, I've used this knife before, my Stanley Fat Max, to scrape off this, but you got to be very careful because you can easily scratch your acrylic as well until you get used to how to do that without scratching the acrylic. So I'm just going to give this a quick wipe with some alcohol because these have been sitting around collecting a bit of dust. There we go. Okay, so I believe that's one of the side panels. We're going to sit that down, and then we got to get some screws and put some screws and hammerhead nuts in these guys. What's the most dangerous thing you've done with? You've dove with white shark and box jelly. The most dangerous thing? Probably neither one of those. I've always wanted to, but unfortunately never had the chance to. do a bull dive shark, dive with the bull sharks, which apparently can be dangerous. But I've chased a shark in the water before because I wanted to get a picture of it, but it wouldn't cooperate. I guess the most the most dangerous thing, if you want to call it dangerous, that I've dove with, I've seen whales one time, and I guess barracuda. Barracuda can be quite aggressive apparently too. So I've got a lot of experience diving around barracuda. Got some really cool pictures of barracuda, but nothing. I wouldn't say that I've really been in anything super dangerous as far as diving. So yeah, this top panel's got some scratches on it from the PTFE tube, which is pretty much standard. So okay. Oof. Smelly rag. Almost stung by a Portuguese manta ray. Wow. Box jellyfish. Oh, I know some jellyfish are extremely poisonous. So, stunned by jellyfish when you were a teenager? No. Must use another small piece. You prefer soup over dangerous if at all possible. Most dangerous thing you ever dived with was your ex-wife. Oh, you are in trouble. You gonna be in trouble, man. Okay, let's grab my M3 kit here. Where are you? Come here. You know, you are really. Hang on. I went down here. You're gonna follow me back up. Oh, stay. There you go. There you go. Now, I just got to decide. I don't remember what depth of M3s. I believe these are M3 10s. No, I think they're 8s that I need for this. Let me just double check. So I believe these are 8s. I think I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. So it's got to be 10s. Yep, they're 10s. Oh man, I don't have a lot of M3 10s. Okay, let me first of all, so I'm going to need 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of them. Let's see what I've got here. Came over to YouTube. Hey. I think most people are on YouTube. Oh, there's 6 over on Twitch. Oh, homemade. Oh, home drone. I missed you there. Sorry. Looks like I have a new setup, all tiled up. Yeah, it's not tile actually. It's vinyl. So sorry I missed that. Came over to YouTube anyways. There we go. It's a vinyl. 1, 2, printed vinyl. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, guys, I can count. 9, 10, 11, and then I have one in there as 12. So now I just need 12 hammerheads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. 12 hammerheads. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Now let's raise this guy up a little bit. Get more of an idea of what, because my hands, I'm kind of working right up here. So we'll take our M10, M310s. Nice to be down in the snow here. Yes, it is. You're local, right, Home Drone? If I'm not mistaken. There is no snow in the near forecast. I think we are completely done with it. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's not too far away. It's still local for the most part. Thought they were done with it last weekend when you sold your car. Yeah. It's just, it's hit and miss out here. And I wouldn't put it by the weather gods in Alberta to give us a snowstorm in May. And I shouldn't say that because I'll jinx everything. But it has happened. As a matter of fact, one fact about Calgary, I'm sure other parts of Alberta too, but one fact about Calgary is we have had snow every month of the year in this city. So it can happen. So we're just putting M310s and with some hammerheads to get these ready to put on the frame. 3 more here to get ready. 3 more, 4 more. How come I got? Oh, there's the 4th screw right there. 4 more. Snowiest March ever recorded. Yes, it is. That's what they say. And, I didn't think it was super bad. Like, March is the heaviest snowfall month of the year, apparently, here. And they say it was the snowiest March since they've been keeping records. And I just think it was just in 2 big snowfalls that they recorded it. And that was it. The last one that we had earlier this week was the killer. I'm older, of course, blah, 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 but I had a heck of a time shoveling the snow, that heavy snow that morning. I call it Widowmaker snow because it's so easy to have a heart attack shoveling snow that heavy. So, okay. We are ready to put some, which camera is going to be best for this? Let's see, left camera. Only if it were up a little bit higher, like that. There we go. And let's see. Actually, maybe this one. Maybe this one's a little bit better for here. So what we're going to do is, now the rule of thumb, because I always used to mix this up, is to put the flat sides. Okay, so you see we have this piece like this. It's got a flat side and then a curved side over here. Flat side goes towards the inside of the printer. So basically, if you're putting it on here, you want the flat side in here all around. So what I'm going to do for this one for right now is I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 in the corners. Actually, no, I think what I'll do is put them on the sides because it's taller than it is wider. And I'm going to see how it seals with it on the side. And if it seals fine, then I'm just going to use the 4. If it's not going to seal perfectly, then I'll add a few more. But I've only printed enough to put 4 on for each panel right now. So let's just see. There's 1, and we're just going to line them up with these clips here. Yep, that's good there. That's good there. 2. Oh, I hate when I do that. Your hammerhead doesn't quite twist the way you want it to. Okay, come on, maybe 1 more turn here. You got to give it that little bit of a spin. Oops. And I still, oh, did I miss it? I still missed it. Arr. Arr. Or this will work. I don't think I had it quite loose enough. There we go. That gripped. That gripped her. Okay, turn this over. I think I tightened that one. Oh, not that fell off. Come on. 1 or 2 threads usually works good. Okay, now this one we're gonna line up similar to that one, which is gonna be right about there. Okay, and one more, and we'll see if the 4 are gonna be enough to seal it. Because we're using the thicker foam tape than these are designed for, I think it's gonna be fine. And then that one's gonna go right about there. I may have to raise these up. Actually, I do have to raise these up a little bit. There's that one. I just got to raise this bottom one up a bit. And right about there. Whoops. Ah, missed it. If it doesn't seal correctly, Tim, use the otter one. Ah! Okay, Richard, I got to admit that's good. Andrew Humphrey will appreciate that. Okay, right there. Okay, there we go. So let's just see. It's nice to have a bottom one to support it, but might not need it. So there's the first side panel. Whoops. So let's go ahead and tighten that on. It's not bad. It's sealing it. What I will end up doing, I could do it right now, is I may just put one in the top, one in the bottom. I just won't have enough for the top panel, but that's okay. I'll have to print some more. Not a big deal. So I think I'll just put one in the top and the middle. And yes, I'm going to be that guy that pulls out his ruler. Lame dad joke. I'm going to be that guy that pulls out his ruler and measures 15, 16, 164, 164. There we go. I want it to be in the middle. And then we can go boom, and I'll put one on the bottom. Jake from State Farm, hello. DWIT builds. I am building. I'll put one on the bottom, and we know it's 164, which is going to be fine. So we'll just go in 164. Right about there. Not super picky about it, but close. And clip it in. Yeah, perfect. So we have this side panel clipped in, and again, I could put another one in the middle, but it doesn't need it. It's sealed. It doesn't have to be pressed in really hard to seal. It's sealed. So let's go ahead and turn this around. I'm just being careful because the power is on. I haven't shut this off. I don't generally shut these off. They don't utilize a lot of powers and a lot of power in standby. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll just have enough to do the two sides. We'll have to print some more for the top, which is not a big deal. What are you wearing, Jake from State? What? Oh, I get it. I get the joke. Love that commercial. Okay. Okay, one. Pants are for the weak. Oh, yeah, you guys. Oh, sure. Drop the hammerhead. Emergency. Hammerhead down. Hammerhead down. That is not a 10 millimeter screw. Oh, wrong side. Wrong side. Or is it? Either that or that is not a... Oh, that's a little better. Defective 10 millimeter screw. Might have seemed a little creepy. Yeah, just out of the blue. What? Oh, man. You just don't want to work, do you? Come on, hammerhead, spin. Whoa. Okay, let's try another one for now. That might be a little... If at first you don't succeed, try another part. Okay, these don't want to go. Maybe, for some reason, maybe these are 12 millimeters going to be too long, though. Those are definitely shorter than the other ones I've been using. Oh, that's tight. You need to turn it slower. Really? I thought you had to spin it fast at the beginning in order to get it to twist. Okay, we're going to try your theory. Ouch. We're going to try your theory, Jack. Okay, we're going to go slower. Let's try it with this. Let's go slower. Okay. Learn something new every day. See? See? Slow and steady wins the race. Look at that, Jack. All these times I've been doing this, I always spin it fast. Turns out you are right. Slow wins. Let's try slow on this one again. Ah, missed on this one, but that's okay. That's what she said. She sure did. Ah. Oh, come on. Where are you going? I just lost. I just lost. Can I get that out with a magnet, I wonder? Oh, good, I can. Well, can I? There we go. Magnets are a wonderful thing. Okay, let's see if we can't get this one to go. Got the height right there. Okay, let's try it on this side. Oh, got it to work on that side. Okay. you start to turn, go real slow. Yeah. There we go. That was the trick. Okie doke. And then we'll do a top one here. Yeah, I'm going to have to print another dozen of these clips. Wouldn't matter. I didn't have enough M2 screws tonight anyways to do it, so that's all right. And I believe I said 67.5. Or did I? 164. Oh, let's go from the top. 155. We'll go from the top one. Oh, no, it's going to be 160. And 155. There we go. Oh, just moved it. Sure. I'm not going to be super fussy. Okay, and one more. Uno más. That makes sense, Jack. Yeah. I was always told, I learned way back when I was a rookie, I was always told you give it a quick spin at first. But no, your method is definitely better. Okay, so this was one. Let's go 6 1/8. Let's go old school here. 6 1/8, and no, we're going to come back over this way. Actually, I'm just going to center this one on these fans. There we go. Just like that. Okay, this side cover. We have a couple stickers on it, so we'll leave those there. And then we shall lock it in. Make sure everything's out of the way first. Lock it in, lock it in. I like these. And I don't have to worry about them breaking because they're made with screws. There we go. And then we're going to have the top, which we'll put on. I'm going to try and figure out a way possibly to keep the top on with magnets. I don't know. Then we got the back that's got to go on. We are almost finished printing our parts over here for the part of the back, but we have the other, the filter case over here being printed too. So not going to be able to do them quite yet. So I think I will print, we'll just use these on the top for now. So I think I'll print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 more clips I'm going to need. Something like 16 more clips. Why are you doing that, camera? There you go. Any chance you can post the link on those again? Oh, the clips? Yeah, let me find them for you, for sure. Give me 1 sec. And for the M3 screws, when I post the link, it's going to tell you to use M2 by 10, sorry, M2s, M2 by 10 and M2 by 14, or M2 by 12 and M2 by 14. I just bought the M2 by 10s. This camera does not like me. Hang on 1 sec. You do not like me, camera. Why did you do that? Blink blue. There we go. And I think what I need to do, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go left camera here. There we go. So I just got the M2 by 10s. Comes in a 100 pack. It was like $9 on Amazon. So just order yourself one of these so you have lots of screws for whatever you do. 1 or 2 packs of those. And if you're a screw hoarder like me, just order a bunch of extra. Let me find that link. That camera did snub me. The problem is it's got the facial follow on. And if I put anything up and it can't find a face, it kind of pouts and says, well, to you. Okay, let me find those. Those were on, give me one. So those are called, and I got those on, oh man, what was the, bear with me 1 second. Oh, I know what I can do. If I come up here, trying to find them. Somebody might. What was the name of the oh, what's the name of that site where I found these again? It's a site that has a lot of Voron parts. Oh, I should have bookmarked it. I will find it. I will find it. Magnetic panel clips on the top panel of your Trident. Yeah, I want to try and find something with magnets on it to use for the top and possibly for the back. Definitely for the electronics cover. I'd like to have something magnetic. Okay, let me give you guys, while I'm looking for this. Team FDM, thank you, Nuno Vincent, thank you. You guys can watch that while I look this up. Okay, and I think I found right there. There's the clips right there. These are the 2mm ones, right? Let me make sure. Or are these the 3mm? Oh, those are the M3s. Okay, that's not what I'm after. So it's on printables. And if I go into printables and if I go to my downloads, my profile, my downloads, downloaded models, it is going to be right there. And I'm going to post the link right now. Copy. Here comes the link. The Team FDM ones, thank you. Those were the 3mm ones. This link right here is for the ones on printables, which are the 2mm ones, which is the ones we've been building tonight, that we've been using tonight. Did that corner lift on that? Oh, that corner lifted right there. Dang, I should have cleaned my build plate. Oh well. Should have cleaned my build plate. Oh well, it's okay. I will reprint that one piece. I have a habit of not cleaning my build plate often enough. So, unfortunately, okay. Yeah, so I'll have to reprint that one piece you're looking at there. My own fault. Okay, so we got as many panels as we can on there now. So we're just going to do the top. We're working on the back. I've got the back panel here. I got to put I'm going to put something, I'm going to cut some vinyl and put something on here. So back panel's all good. Yeah, just got to do some clips for the back. There we go. And then we got to get the filter case assembly and my fan. I got to find my fan. My fan is around somewhere. I think I know where my fan is. Snubbing me again, aren't you? Yeah, you're snubbing me again. That's okay. I have lots of fans. I have fans in every city. Sorry, couldn't resist. But where I put that fan? Oh, I think it's right here. Here it is right there. There's the fan for that back case. So I have that fan ready. 24 volt. Yes, it is. Yeah, and I think it's going to be a great idea to enclose these guys. So this one will be completely finished once it's enclosed. And then, as I say, we're putting the, for those that joined late, we have the XOL, we have the XOL tool head kit here. which includes a few pins and a whole bunch of screws and some PTFE. Did he put PTFE in here? I guess he did. So we're going to build an XOL tool head for the 2.4. And then while we're doing that, because we got to take the belts off anyways, we're going to put the Ramus front idler kit on the 2.4. I love the Ramus front idler kit. It's on the Trident. So we're going to be putting that on the 2.4 as well. And then that'll be done. And then that's it for modifications, other than, as I've said, we are waiting for the Tri-Zero kit to come in. And then we will be upgrading one of the zeros over here. We'll be upgrading one of them to a Tri-Zero and one of them to a 0.2, I believe. Something like that. Yeah. So we got a few little modifications to do yet. So exclude object. Yeah, do I have exclude object turned on that on the 2.4? I do too. Look, I do too, and I guess I could. Right there, exclude object. So I guess I could do that and say exclude it. Let's not finish it. Why not? Why would I finish it and waste filament? Good point. So that theoretically, you know what that did? That just finished the print. Just finished the print because that was the last object to print. Good. What did it just get dark in here? Oh, you know why? The sun is coming right on my face. That's kind of a neat little, that's kind of a mysterious glow right there, isn't it? The dark shadow on this side with the sun shining in the window, and I kind of look like movie stars right now. Hello. Let's go with the desk cam. Actually, let's go with this one. So let's pull these off. Let's see how these looked. Yeah, that's terrible. That corner lifted. Okay, well, at least these two pieces are good. Let's see. That one's good. That's the little grill. That's the little grill piece that goes on the back on that. But yeah, this one is that is warped more than my mind. And then these two pieces, of course, which hold this in, are good to go. But yeah, I need to restart that one, clean my plate. Remember, boys and girls, clean your build plates regularly. You printed in warp speed. It did print in warp speed. That's true. No, you could do it with what I'm doing, or you could do it like most people would tell you to do it with soap and water, which works good too. But I use I do that, and then I also do I use a bunch of this stuff on it, 3D Lac Plus. I can buy this in Canada, which is good, and it's not expensive. And that makes prints stick good. But you get maybe 5 or 6 beds of prints, depending on how big they are, out of it. And that'll guarantee that piece to stick this time. Clean your plates. They're starving kids in Africa. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Whoa. Oh, you ever pinch your finger under those plates between the plate and the magnet? It hurts. So if I go back over here, why is that up there? Okay, and if I go back over here and go to this one, I can actually go ahead and print that again, but watch this. We'll start the print again, but I'm going to exclude that. I'm going to exclude that. And I'm going to exclude that. That way I don't have to resend it. Woohoo! So that should just print the one object. I like that feature. I don't have, for some reason, I don't have, here's the Trident. I don't think I have exclude object set up in the Trident, but I thought it was standard in the Clipper now. But again, I've got these updates, and I'm scared to do these updates. Are those updates showing up in the Trident or in this one as well? They are too. Look at all those updates. And I just updated these things not that long ago. What's going on with these updates? And do I trust them? Yeah, single line and config. Oh, absolutely. Definitely easy to do. Curling is a big thing in Canada. It is. There's a lot of good Canadian curlers. Curling is a big sport here. I've tried curling. I'm a big guy. I've tried curling and I end up on my belly. I don't have the balance or coordination to curl. So there's a Cali Dragon. I don't know if I ever showed you guys this. From helps if I use the right camera. From the Trident, after we tuned it up and everything, there's a printed Cali Dragon. Turned out pretty good. There's my bottom. And this is in one of Polymaker's dual color filaments. Ooh. And then this one, I don't remember which printer this one was from. I think this was pre-tuning, prior to tuning up the Trident or something, I believe. And then this big blue one, I think this came off the 2.4. This was old filament. Old filament. So they came out good. Hey, Jim, how are you? Nice to see you on here. Yeah, I think what I'll do for the future is skip the streaming on, maybe just stick to YouTube. We have, mind you, we do have 4 people on Twitch. So where the heck are the people you're talking to? They are on, the people we're talking to, Kitecrafter. Sorry, I'm on YouTube and Twitch. I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube. So my apologies for that. It gets confusing unless I show the comments like this, right? So we have Radioactive Scale RC, good evening. And then 3D Sebastian, you see you're over there on Twitch as well. And then we have Jim here. I can never say your name, Jim. We have Jim H, a comment on the Clipper updates. You do all but the Clipper update unless there's a bug that you need to be fixed. Okay, good to know. Because I've done Clipper updates, the actual Clipper ones, and it breaks things. And it's more of a hassle than it's worth sometimes. So, okay. Yeah, if I'm going to dual stream, what I need to do is I really need to be showing like this, showing the comments so that the people on Twitch can also see the comments coming out on YouTube and vice versa. So showing the Twitch comments for the YouTubers and showing the YouTube comments for the Twitchers. So I keep forgetting that it doesn't show both on both platforms. You have to be on one platform or the other. And yeah, it's up to me to merge the two together. Because when there's only, when we have 33 people on YouTube and 4 people on Twitch, it can get kind of lonely over on Twitch. And, lonely old people. Remember Paul McCartney song? I mean, it can, not that y'all wanted me to sing, but, oh, look at this. There's the beacon probe in action doing its bad mesh leveling. I wanted to show you that. You're fine over there? Oh, you're fine. You just want your own little crowd over there, 3D Sebastian? Or S3. I call it that's 3D Sebastian. You're S3 Sebastian. Doo-doo-doo. It is fast, Kitecrafter, yes. So it had already done the quad gantry leveling, and that was just the bad mesh leveling. Now it's going to start the print. But I think I need to lower my Z a little bit as this starts. So I'm going to get over to here and get ready for it to start. I'm going to lower my Z just a hair. Probably by 0.01 or not 0.025 once we start. And we should have much better bed adhesion now. There we go. There's our prime line. And we should be doing 2 skirt. I like doing skirts because I like to see if my Z. Yeah, so we're going to lower that just a little bit. 0.25, 0.025. And let's see what we got here. That's a little better. Might go just one more of those too. One more of those and we're good. And then I will lower that. Then I'll say save, and it's going to prompt me at the end of the print to save config. Now let's make sure we are excluding those other objects. I hit exclude. I've never hit exclude object prior to the print starting before, so let's just see if it works. So it's going to start that one that came off the bed earlier first, and I want to make sure it's going to exclude the other objects as well. We will keep an eye on that for a moment. Okay, Teza. Will beacon still go in the XOL? Apparently there's an XOL, so I did download a, what was the file called? Let me see. Where's my downloads? This PC downloads. I downloaded all the files I got to print. I just haven't had a chance to start printing them yet. And one of the files I downloaded was called, where is it? It's for beacon. That's the Orbiter 2.0, the Orbiter 2 mount, standard rear Revo, XOL, Revo, Voron. And yeah, I saw beacon in there somewhere. I'm pretty sure that I can put the beacon on that. Beacon module, there we go. Yeah, so this was the, there's the beacon module for the, sorry, for the XOL. So they have the beacon, and then they have the beacon Rev H module, and I'm just gonna, it's gonna be a standard beacon that's on there. So that's what we're gonna do on that. So. I'm practically Scottish. Thanks, Richard McLean. I think I can do a little bit of Scottish accent, and maybe not as good as you think. But I do like the Scottish. I would love to wear a Scottish kilt because you get a lot of air conditioning, and then you don't have to worry about pulling pants down to pee. Sorry, couldn't resist. Twitchers. I don't think they saw that. Okay, so it looks like we're on the second layer of this print. So it looks like it did exclude the objects fine for me. It did actually exclude the objects, because if you look now on my display, that's the only object highlighted. So it did exclude the 2 that are already printed. So that's good. I didn't have to re-rip the file, re-slice the file and send it again. It just sends it a little off center on the bed. No big deal. So that's good to know that that works. That's awesome. That is pretty good. And my Z offset is actually really good on this one now. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, that, oh yeah, that sticks really well now with that 3D lac. Got to get some more. I'm down to 2.5 bottles of my 3D lac. I need to order some more. How did I do what again? How did I exclude? Is that what you're asking, Brent? If that's what you're asking. In here, when you have exclude objects enabled, when you're starting your print or your print there, you have this button up top with the X that's exclude objects. That's right beside your printing button here. You click on that, and there's all the objects that are on your plate. And you can either go over here and exclude your objects, like I could click that, or you can go here and highlight the object that you want to exclude. These are already excluded, so I can't. But I could go to here if I wanted to and say excluded, and it would cancel my print. So I'm going to cancel that. So that's how we do it. And so no matter how many objects, so it's a great feature, because if you have 50 things on your bed and you're halfway through your print and one of them starts screwing up, it could screw up the rest of your prints. So the exclude object feature is very powerful and very handy sometimes. So 3D, oh, you like the 3D lac, Jim? Yeah, it's great. If you want to, Jim, you're local. If you want to, I do have, like I've got 2 more bottles of this, but I wouldn't mind getting more of the 3D lac plus. If you want to share shipping on that, let me know. You know how to get a hold of me, I think. So you can message me or text me or something. And I would put an order in probably for another 6 bottles or so. And if you want to share shipping, or if you want to tack on to my order, I'll handle the shipping. Not a big deal. So where am I getting the 3D lac in Canada? That's a good question. It's on my, you're in? Okay, Jim, I'll get a hold of you. Let me find that out for you. Here, let me give you something better to look at than me while I look this up. It's saved and bookmarked on my computer at the office, but I'll find it here for you in a minute. I can look it up real quick here for you. Oops. Helps if I know how to type. There we go. It is actually right here. I'll bookmark it too, but right here, it's called Volex Factory. It's $9.99 Canadian a bottle, and is that the same size bottles I've got? Let's just make sure. 100 mils, and these 100 mils. Let me look at my bottle here. Yeah, 100 mil. 100 mil is a pretty big bottle, actually. $9.99 a bottle is pretty good, and it's out of Quebec. So what I'll do is I will highlight all this, copy, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to pop that in chat. And it's nice because if you find a place, what is all that stuff right there? What was that? That was a mistake if I did that. Hang on, let's delete that comment. That shouldn't be there. Anyways, yes. So if you go there, and I believe they have it in stock, and there's no problem with shipping because you're shipping in Canada. From Canada to Canada, they have a few different things. This one is, so the stuff that I got is 3D lac plus. And I'm not sure, okay, the difference is this is a spray-on bottle, okay, like you saw me do. This one here, the 3D lac, is more of a roll-on applicator. It's the same price, you get 400 mils, okay, so you might want it, but you get 400 mils, but it's a roll-on applicator versus a spray-on applicator. I prefer the spray-on, so, but you can get either one. And the spray one lasts me a long time, so there we are right there. So that's where we will order it from. Boop. And back to you, Bob. Well, that sun is really making nice contrast in here. You've used both aerosol and spray. Isn't that the same thing? Aerosol and spray? But of course, with the roll-on, with the thing I find with the roll-on one, which is the one where you get 400 mils for the same price, is I find if you leave it sitting too long, that little sponge thing that you get will dry out. Now, I never thought, and I wonder if it's the same formula as the Plus. I don't know if the only difference in the Plus is the fact that it's a roll-on. And no one is in a pressurized can. Oh, aerosol's pressurized like hairspray. Oh, so that's an aerosol then. Maybe it's not a roll-on. Let me check. You know, you're correct. My mistake. So if we look at this one, it is. Please note the 3 can only be shipped inside Canada, of course, because it's pressurized. So it is the aerosol. It does not work with nylon, PVA, glue stick, blah, blah. Okay. Isopropyl alcohol. There's the formula if you want to make your own. Look at that right there. Even the hydroxycalomicitrin cambola, and if you pronounce these things, pronounce that? Alpha-simone. I wonder though. Oh no, if that's an aerosol, I was going to say, could you actually puncture the can and pour the contents into a bottle for spray? But I don't know if I'd want to mess with that. So yeah, that's right. My apologies. That's aerosol. Yes. Okay. Learn something new every day. Difference between aerosol and spray. I should know. But in my defense, aerosol or pump. Okay. They came up with the spray for shipping. Makes sense. Okay. Richard McLean. The roll-on works like a man, but it's made for a woman. That's the Irish Spring. Oh, you guys. Anyways, we've got the bamboo printing the filter container for the Trident. We have the 2.4 reprinting the back cover for the filter compartment. And then we're going to print some more clips. So that's it. We've got most of the sides put on this thing. We got some exciting streams. For those of you that didn't see last week, I'm using this filament spool holder for these Vorons, because I kind of like this one much better. It works really well. You can watch my video last week as far as where I got this, and I put it together on last week's stream. So that's a great idea there. And during the week, I'm going to be making a little video we're going to talk about, and I can show you later, but we've got these bamboo filament swatches, which are really kind of cool. But there's a little controversy about them because not all of them are actually printed. Some of them are injection molded, but that's not the point. The point for these filament swatches is to show colors. Basically to show colors. So you have the fronts with the color name, or if you want to look at the back, you can just see the actual colors themselves if you want to pick out a color. It's really a really cool thing that they've put out with bamboo, and they're not expensive. They come in a box like this. Okay, and there's 80 of them in the box. And it's a great way to show your customers, if you sell 3D printing, it's a great way to show your customers the variety of color that you can give them. So something to consider. It's a secret. Yeah, it is. Shh. Okay. Anyways, guys, I'm going to call it tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you all. I want to say especially thank you to Stephen Labad for the $20 super chat, for Zombie Hedgehog for the $1.49 super sticker, Richard McLean for the $10 super chat, HVAC A to Z Sergio for the $9.99. Are you out of your mind? Sorry, I had to steal Joel's line. Super chat. Thank you so much, everybody, for everything. I do appreciate it. Appreciate you all. Zenbender, hey, you've been hiding in the background, haven't you? You haven't talked much. Good to see you, man. And we'll talk to you guys all next week. Everybody have a great week. Stay happy, stay safe, and we'll catch you then. Happy spring, everybody. Bye for now.